Hey guys, it's me, and today I'm going to be reviewing both episodes of WandaVision. Okay, so this was me, like, 2 seconds after watching the first 2 episodes. Literally, I am so confused right now, and it was so good. Maybe it's the fact that I haven't seen any new Marvel content in an entire year that I was so excited, but I watched it a second time and I wasn't as excited, like nearly as excited when I watched it the second time. Honestly, like when the show was announced, I wasn't that excited for the show. Wanda is a cool character, but I was never like, oh, I want to see a show or movie specifically based on her. And same thing with Vision, but honestly, Vision wasn't even that cool in my opinion. Like, he's a cool character, but like, I just never thought of him, like, as that awesome. But when the trailer came out, I literally was like, this is so cool and weird, and I have no idea what's going on, and I just want to watch it because it looks really cool. Okay, so when the Marvel intro started playing, like, you know, the little comic book things, I was like, it's like, yeah, I was just so happy to see that. And also in the the preview stuff of all the characters, they actually added Iron Man's I Am Iron Man snap. I noticed that. There might be more, but that's the only one I noticed, and I think it was really cool. Okay, so apparently the first episode takes after the Dick Van Dyke Show. I kind of knew it took after an older show, but I just wasn't sure which one. And then the second time I watched it, my mom and dad were watching with me, and they said that that's what it was. Okay, so the episode starts, and it's just your basic, like, older TV show. Oh no, something happens, and then, it all works out in the end, and everything's fine. But, the entire basis of the show is just kind of confusing, and you're kind of hoping for a little more clarity in the show, but they don't really give it to you. Throughout the whole episode, you can kind of tell something's a little bit off, but it's nothing you can really pinpoint. Okay, but then the second episode, they did basically the exact same thing, with just a little twist at the end, but it still doesn't give much clarity as to what's happening. I think I'm using that word right. I really hope I'm using that word right. Okay, so the music just kind of fit really well with the era that they're going for, and they're like, they should be doing that, but I don't know, I just thought that the music fit really well with what they were doing and everything. Okay, so now I want to talk about their outfits. So Wanda's dresses, all the girls' dresses throughout the entire episode are just so pretty, and I really like how they look, like how they're like fitted at the top and then go like the poof at the bottom. I think it's just a really pretty style of dress, and like also their hair is so pretty. Like in the first episode, Wanda's hair is tighter curled, but in the second it's a little bit looser, but it's still really pretty. For the guys' outfits, nothing like stood out about them in particular, just mainly because they're basic guy outfits, mostly suit and ties, and then some guys were wearing like cardigans and stuff, but it was just like a basic guy outfit that would have like be in that time era. Okay, so now if kids can watch the show, they obviously can. It's a Disney show. I honestly don't see anything wrong with it. It's also just the first 2 episodes, but kids can totally watch it. And I wanted to say that my 5-year-old sister, like, they can watch it, but my 5-year-old sister lost interest in the show at about like 15 minutes in, I think. But my 8-year-old sister, who I have been showing the show to, she said that it was an okay show. She wasn't her favorite, but she did sit through and watch both episodes. Okay, so now here's your spoiler warning. The rest of the video, not the rest of the video, until this timestamp, there is going to be spoilers ahead, and then you could skip to that timestamp just to see my final opinion. So this is your last spoiler warning. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So now I want to talk about the commercials in the show. So when the first commercial started happening, I was like, what's going on? But then I realized it was a commercial in between. And also, I really like how they show you the first bit of color in that commercial with the red flashing light on the toaster. It's also made by Stark Industries, which is super cool, but I'm not sure exactly what is happening. Then the commercial in the next episode is for the watch, and I just think that it was really cool how they put the Strucker name in there, because I'm pretty sure that's the people who was keeping Wanda and her brother, like, stuck in that camp or whatever. But, and then also, at the bottom it said Hydra with the little octopus, and I thought that was really cool. I still don't really know what it means, though, so. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is actually happening in Wanda's mind, because when she sees the beekeeper, she just says no, and then, like, it rewinds back in time. But maybe she's doing this to herself so that way she could be Vision again, because he does end up dying and not coming back. Also, I'm just a little bit confused at for the children thing. It was really creepy. And, like, I get it was kind of like to get Wanda to be pregnant, but also, why was she pregnant at the end of that episode? because she literally was just like not pregnant and then 2 seconds later she was pregnant. That's not how anything works. But like it was really creepy how she's like, "Oh, I think the children want popcorn," and then she was pregnant. And it was just weird in general. Okay, so now in the radios, when whoever's trying to contact her, I don't know who that is, but it kind of sounds like Hawkeye to me, but I'm not exactly sure. But like, it's still really weird. Okay, so now I want to talk about the symbol that shows up everywhere. So yesterday I did end up watching a YouTube video about WandaVision, like, oh, where it's always like, oh, breaking down all the Easter eggs and whatever. So that symbol, I don't remember who it is specifically, but it was on the monitor, like when you first see them watching Wanda like through the TV, and also on the notebook he's writing it. And then in the second episode, it's on the helicopter and also on the beekeeper. And I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it is for like some organization, I think. Okay, so now I want to talk about the beekeeper in general. I'm just kind of confused. Like, I know he's there from the organization or whatever to try to like infiltrate Wanda's mind. But first, why was he coming out of the sewer? And second, why was he dressed like a beekeeper? And like, why were there bees around him? Like, it makes no sense. And it's just kind of confusing. And overall, the first time I watched it, the show was very, very confusing and I had no idea what was going on. And the second time I watched it, it was a little bit clearer what's going on, but it's still confusing and there's not much, like, they don't explain anything that's really going on. And I hope that they end up changing that in the next few episodes so we get a little bit of what's going on, because it's still confusing and you don't really know what's happening. Okay, so now for my overall rating of the show. I'd give it about a 7 out of 10, mostly just because it's super confusing still. You don't really know what's going on, and I feel like the story is taking a really, really long time to get to the point. But I still love the outfits and the makeup and the hair and like the music and the whole vibe of the show. It's just cool, but it's still really weird and it's kind of hard to understand what's going on. But it is Marvel, so I'm hoping that in the next couple episodes it'll be a little bit less confusing and that it will make the show better in general. But that was all I have to say about the WandaVision, and I hope you guys like this video. Thank you for watching. Bye!